Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be doing my reactions to the 2024 throwback paint schemes for all three NASCAR Premier Series, starting off with the Cup Series, then Xfinity, then the Truck Series. So let's just get right into it because I know it's going to be a very busy video. This will be on front stretch. I'll leave a link to this as well down in the description below. So, I think the first one, yes indeed, is Ross Chastain. Ross Chastain, he'll be thrown back to a Busch Light scheme as it looks like. The classic Busch Light logo from the 2000s will be featured in Ross Chastain's scheme. Is actually pretty nice. Like, you can easily mistake this paint scheme as like a normal Busch Light scheme for Ross Chastain, but I quite like it. It does look very, very 2000s, we'll say, and I'm guessing the one that I think the number one is Chrome, but we'll just see what it looks like on the track. Austin Dillon, he'll be thrown back once again, of course, to Dale Earnhardt, the 1998 scheme, which he ran. I can't remember actually what race he ran in, but I do remember this scheme, and it is pretty famous. The one bad thing is that, as you could just see, there is a black number 3, while this one is just white. So they didn't really, they didn't really like commit to it, but it's still a pretty nice paint scheme either way. I quite like it, but the black numbers, like, yes, they're Earnhardt, but come on, at least maybe do it just for Austin Dillon, which is quite rare because Austin Dillon is not really, I guess we'll say, the black number 3 driver. Josh Berry, the rookie, he'll be throwing it back to Rodney Childress, Rodney Childress, there we go. He's throwing it back to his late model days, which is pretty cool. I quite like that. I mean, it is very much, it is exactly the same. Like little black checkerboard, we'll say. The logo as well from Harrison's. I think it says fire protection or what. I think that says so. Hey, I like it. That's a pretty good paint scheme. Maybe one of the best paint schemes maybe in throwback this year is Kyle Larson, who is thrown back to Terry Labonte's Kellogg's car, very, very famous for the Kellogg's, and it is absolutely spotless. It is basically like looking through a mirror. It is exactly the same compared to Terry Labonte's Kellogg scheme. They even slanted the 5, which I love. This is definitely up there as one of my favorite paint schemes, in my opinion. But another one is Brad Keselowski, as he is throwing it back to the Toyota Supra, which debuted in the 1995 Japan Grand Tour Car Championship, which is basically now Super GT, I think we'll say. This is famous in just motorsport as a whole. If you think of a Castrol paint scheme, you immediately think of this Supra, which I'm pretty sure mainly Gran Turismo players will definitely know about this, but this paint scheme is incredibly famous. I'm happy that RFK are throwing us back to this wonderful and incredibly famous paint scheme for Castrol, so great choice, and the swooshes as well of the green and red, it fits perfectly, so really happy about that. Corey LaJoie, he's thrown back to his K&N days in 2012. I'm not really a fan of, like, these, I guess, quote-unquote, young drivers throwing it back to themselves, and it's, like, in 2012. It's a quote-unquote throwback, but it's not really, like, a throwback, isn't it? The number is definitely there. The stripe as well, going down to the front, is also there. But that's really about it. That's all I can really say about the similarity of the car for this year and the 2012 car. That's all I can really say. Chase Elliott, he's running it back to Dale Earnhardt Jr., who won the 2014 Daytona 500 with, and just like Kyle Larson's car, it is near dead perfect. Hell, even the little lines as well on the side of the car is basically the same. So, Hendrick Motorsports, they absolutely destroyed throwback weekend with all their paint schemes, and obviously I'll get to Byron and Bowman as well later, but they destroyed it. I mean, Hendrick Motorsports as a whole, they are really, really good at throwback paint schemes, and I'm really happy that they continue that into this year as well. Chase Briscoe, he's once again throwing it back to a dirt sprint car, that being Richard and Kevin Briscoe. I think that is, so this is his family. So his father is Kevin and his grandfather is Richard. Pretty similar. I mean, to be fair, it is very difficult to throw back to a sprint car, especially like these cars. So they did a pretty good job, in my opinion. I mean, like the white is pretty much the same. They also got a bit of red in as well. So it's kind of the same, if not very, very similar. Now this is a throwback and a half. This is Kaz Grala throwing it back to Panara Jones's red, black, and white Ford Mustang. Now this is a throwback, and I love this. They even had the perfect number font. I don't know what is with these, like, I guess to say, like, these underfunded teams who absolutely throw it out of the park with all these throwback paint schemes. And my god, have Rick Ware Racing done it again. Amazing job from Rick Ware, Kaz Grala. This might also maybe win as well, throwback scheme, I'll be honest. But it's a car which I don't think it will, is Martin Truex Jr. So he's basically literally thrown it back to his 2016 Southern 500 scheme. It's like, really? I'm just not really too sure about it, and I just realized that my thing is, there we go, it's muted. There we go. Yeah, it's not really, like, it's not really a throwback of 2016. Like, okay, sure. And Christopher Bell, oh god, Joker's Racing, they're such duds, I swear, in throwback paint schemes, but yeah, Christopher Bell, he's running back to D-Wall, celebrating 100 years with D-Wall, which is cool, but like, why not you just throw it back to maybe to Matt Kenseth? Or another driver which ran D-Wall, but sure, okay. Harrison Burton, he's throwing it back to Leonard Wood in 1953. Damn, this is a throwback. The number font is also perfect as well. They also have Leonard Wood as on the side of the door. This screams throwback. And Wood Brothers Racing, they did a phenomenal job here as well. So great job there. And they also had like driver Glenn Wood as well on the side. So they have Leonard Wood on the windowsill and the driver Glenn Wood on the side, which is really nice. So that's a good paint scheme. Now this is a bit controversial, we'll say at first, but it's still pretty cool. Willie Byron throwing it back to Jeff Gordon's Firestorm scheme from 2009. This I think is a childhood scheme of mine. Obviously, I've been watching NASCAR since 2012, but when I see this scheme, for example, this just screams nostalgia and throwback. So I love this scheme. The neon yellow is still there as well, but obviously the front end is maybe not the best, but the side is absolutely perfect, as you can see with the flames. Oh, it's so beautiful. Just the front kind of looks like a popsicle, but that's alright. Daniel Hemrick, I completely forgot he was doing a throwback, but he's throwing it back to the Black Tire Services 95th anniversary with the throwback colors and logo. It's just another sponsor one, I'll be honest. Like, cool, alright. Michael McDowell, who surprised everyone, who will be, as he announced, he'll be moving to Spy Motorsports next year in the 71 car, replacing Zane Smith. He's throwing it back to Long John Silver's old logo, which is great. I mean, I'll be honest, I'm not really a fan of when sponsors get in the way of throwbacks, but I quite like this. I mean, look, there's legit the pirate of Long John Silver's is right there. I would not be disappointed if this is his main scheme, because I quite like it. It's very simple. I like it. Really, really good. Todd Gilliland, he is throwing it back to his 2015 late model win. No. I mean, it's a cool scheme. I like it. It is very much similar. I mean, they legit put the G as well next to the 30. Kind of what like Corey LaJoie did in last year, I believe, or 2 years ago. Pretty similar there. But I just, once again, I'm not really a fan of these young drivers turning back to themselves, especially now 2015. Or mainly like schemes which are in like the 2010s, we'll say. If it's in the 2010s, I'm not a fan of it. But if it's in like the 2000s or like beyond, then that's fine, because I mean 2010s, that's still, I mean, it's a long time, but it's not as long as like the 2000s, we'll say. So even though it's a cool scheme, I don't know, I don't really like it's really a throwback. Ryan Freese, just like Todd Gilliland, is throwing it back to his NASCAR Wheel Modified Tour Championship. But to be fair, Ryan Freese, he was amazing in the Wheel Modified series, so that's fair enough. But Like I said about Gillen, I'm not really a fan of this, but the color scheme is pretty nice. I quite like it. The little orange, the silver on the body as well, the blue number, I quite like it as well, including the orange outline. So it's still pretty cool, but I'm not really too sure about that. Jonathan Nemechek. He's throwing it back to Lee Petty in the 1956 season, which is cool, but you missed a perfect opportunity to throw back to, I think it was Joe Nemechek when he was driving for Felix Sabates, I believe. I think, like, what was it, like 1990? I can't remember, but I'll put a photo of what I'm talking about, but they missed a prime opportunity to use that paint scheme with Jonathan Nemechek. Seriously? I mean, I get it. It's like, what is like that Petty, or like, I guess they have, I don't know, like 50th anniversary of the team, I'm pretty sure. Like, I can understand it, but still, you missed a perfect opportunity. I just hope that if Jonathan Nemechek is still in the 42 car, that they have to throw it back to Joe Nemechek. If not, that is criminal. Eric Jones, he'll be back as well, and I do need to play this video because, oh, there it is. So, I think this is now throwback to Richard Petty in the 1959 Plymouth. I mean, it's cool, but I'll say that it is different. It's not Petty blue or anything, it's different. I'll say that. I mean, like, the number is cool. I like as well the 670 horsepower as well listed. It's cool. I like it. But when are they going to be more creative where they're going to throw it back, I don't know, to like Bobby Labonte in the 43 car for Cheerios, or, I don't know, John Andretti? I'm not really too sure, I'll be honest, but I mean, there has to be someone at least other than the 43, like, other than Richard Petty. I mean, I can understand Richard Petty, but, like, you throw it back to Richard Petty so many times that you kind of have to be creative, and you have to, you know, go to other paint schemes that isn't driven by Richard Petty. But I guess when they run out of those ideas, they probably are going to throw it back to someone. But there as well, Richard Petty, 1959 at Plymouth. Tyler Reddick, he is running back to Tim Richmond in the 1982 scheme, where he won the Daytona 500 Constellation race, which is basically like the bloody Busch race, basically. But that's basically what the scheme looks like, and I mean, it's similar, but it's just, I wouldn't really say, I mean, it's similar, but I don't really see it. I mean, it's white, it's a black number, it's slanted. What more can I really say? I mean, maybe like the yellow bit, maybe on the front. But that's all I can really say about that scheme. It's a cool, I mean, it would definitely be cool diecast, but, you know, I just don't really, if we're talking about, like, comparing it to the original, I don't really see it. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., who surprised me with this really cool paint scheme of Mark Martin's Oscar Mayer Craft number 6 scheme, which he ran in the 2004 Budweiser Shootout. I mean, they had the whole, I mean, they legit brought back the sponsorship of Oscar Mayer and Kraft, and they pulled it off perfectly. It is, now this is a very underrated paint scheme in my opinion for the Cup Series, and considering Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is also the same driver who threw it back to Ricky Craven in 2020, I believe, with that amazing throwback scheme, this tops it. So really, really impressive there from Stenhouse and JTG. Now, Alex Bowman, the final Hendrick driver, throwing it back to Jimmy Johnson in the early 2000s, which is absolutely perfect as well. A very iconic paint scheme. Like I said, childhood of mine, when I see this, nostalgia. So, really good job there, Hendrick Motorsport. Even the neon yellow is back. It's basically, I mean, it had always been the correct fonts and everything. And the perfect Lowe's, what do we call it? Scheme pattern, we'll say. Absolutely perfect. So great job there from Hendrick Motorsports. Zane Smith, this kind of surprised me, throwing it back to Dave Marcus. I actually really don't know, but when Dave Marcus drove this, basically this similar paint scheme, which is pretty similar. I mean, like this the old 71 logo font, which is perfect, and I mean it is red. It is fully red. So either way, pretty good job there from Zane Smith. This one kind of surprised me as well. Carson Hosefuss throwing it back to basically a vintage police car, which is alright, I guess. I mean, I think, who was it? Kaz Grala, pretty sure, last year, throwing it back to like an old fire truck. So, I mean, a police car, I guess, I mean, it fits more now with a cup car, but, I mean, it's cool, I guess. And Daniel Suarez, to round out the Cup Series, he's throwing it back to Adrian Fernandez in the IndyCar Series with his 2004 scheme. Now, I think this has done before with an IndyCar being thrown back into a NASCAR, and to be fair to them, it's actually pretty well done. I mean, the green and red is still there, the old number font as well, which is pretty similar to the number 5 that Adrian used. So this is quite cool. I like this scheme a lot as well. So great job there from Trackhouse. Xfinity Series now, Cole Custer now throwing it back to his crew chief, Jonathan Tony, who was an engineer on this team for Johnny Sauter and Haas SNC Racing. I mean, look at it. It's basically the same. I mean, the zero is perfect, the little like tiger stripes as well, the logo as well with the Haas and the yellow freight. I'm pretty sure that's yellow freight, but great job there. I mean, great scheme there for Cole Custer once again. Patrick Emmerling, he is definitely throwing it back. He's throwing it back to his crew chief and mentor, Jan Letty. I mean, really good once again as well, but it is very difficult as well. Like I said, with Ryan Preece to throw back to a late model car, and they did it pretty perfectly. I mean, like the red, and the gray as well, which is really good, and the number font, really good job there from Masters Greenline Racing and Patrick Emmerling. Dawson Cram, where is he throwing it back to? Based off Pro Loop owner Paul Wireman's street stock that Wireman still competes in. Okay, okay, sure. I haven't seen that, to be honest. Justin Guy, he continued his brand throwback as he's thrown it back to the original fertilizer truck in 1949 REO. I mean, it's cool. I mean, it's different compared to everything else, but there has been a lot of throwbacks on brand. So, are we going to see something different maybe next year? We'll see. Sammy Smith, what is he throwing it back to? Mike Brooks, the 1980 Knoxville track champion, which is pretty cool. Well, just like I said as well for modified tours, basically anything else other than like a stock car, it's difficult to throw it back. And they did a pretty good job. I mean, I'm guessing it is mainly black. I like the numbers though. The number and the logo, like sorry, and the sponsor, really really nice. I like that a lot. Is that the Moonshines? Oh, that's interesting. Brandon Jones, he's running back to the boss man, Dale Earnhardt Jr. in his 2018 Hellman's primary scheme. I mean, it's a cool scheme, but it is pretty recent. 2018, it's like a couple of years ago. Pretty recent, so I mean, considering I'm guessing he's gonna run this as well sometime this year, you can definitely it's I don't really know. Haley Deegan, she's throwing it back to the Intimidator, Darren Earnhardt, with this perfect Wrangler scheme. Can't remember what year it was, 1982. There we go. This is also dead set perfect as well. Like this 15 slanted, just like Earnhardt's. I mean, they even have the Wrangler logo, the horse. Oh my god, I just realized that. That is, holy shit. I just realized that. That's cool. That is a really good skin there from AM Racing and Haley Deegan. Really good job there. Sheldon Creed throwing it back to the classic Toyota racing scheme, the legendary, driven by Ivan Stewart. I mean, to be fair, Sheldon Creed, he is a bit of an off-roader. I mean, not a lot of people know this, but he did race in the Stadium Super Trucks. So, I mean, he's been always like a truck guy for a very long time. I think everyone would know what this truck is instantly by just looking at it. I mean, it is pretty famous and very popular, so great job there for Sheldon Creed. And I'm just going to try and skip to what it looks like. Maybe, yeah, there it is. So, that's perfect. I mean, I love it. I like these vintage paint schemes, which are famous in other motorsports, like the Supra, like we talked about in the Cup Series, and this as well, which is really cool. Austin Hill, okay, where do we start with this? He's throwing it back to, obviously, another sponsor of Bennett. Throwing it back, I'm pretty sure, to the Bennett's trucks from the 1980s to honor the 50th anniversary of the company. I mean, cool, nice, cool. Moving on. Jonathan Nemechek, another pretty famous Toyota scheme, throwing it back to the red, orange, yellow on the black background, vintage look for the Toyota racing cars. I quite like it. I like it a lot. So decent scheme, but I mean, you could probably search up any red, orange, and yellow Toyota car, and it's basically like this. Next up, Blaine Perkins, and he's throwing it back to Cale Yarborough. Throwback to 1988 Orange Hardy scheme, and I know you can just barely see it, so I'm just gonna click here just so you can just so I can see it better. But I mean, the number font is on perfect. The logo as well is perfect. pretty spot on, I'll be honest, from RSS Racing. So good job there from Blaine Perkins and RSS Racing as a whole. This one might be one of my favorites. Parker Retzlaff, throwing it back to Harry Gant's Skull Bandit car. Now, obviously, you can't really run Skull anymore because of tobacco sponsorship, but this is really close. I mean, the number font as well is absolutely perfect. On Funkaway Heat, obviously the sponsor, they tried to imitate the Skull Bandit car, and I like it. I really, really like it. So, this is a very, very popular paint scheme, and it's probably going to maybe win a couple fans as well over that paint scheme. Chad Finchip throwing it back to Kevin Harvick's 2001 scheme, which he got his first win in. I think this is done before. It's not really like, you know, like I don't know, like original we'll say, but it's still pretty cool. So I'll give them that. I mean, like the GH as well to replace the Goodwrench logo, which I like. So not too bad there from Chad Finchip and for the whole team from Joey Gates Racing. Ryan Sieg. Now, this is a bit of a weird one. So, this basically is Sieg's super late model from 2008. It's a cool paint scheme, but just like, I mean, to be fair, Ryan Sieg, he has been in the NASCAR for a while. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's a pass because I'm still not really a fan of drivers who are in the back themselves. But it's a cool paint scheme, I'll give them that. I mean, I like the actual real life fire on the car, and I hope it doesn't catch on fire like it did on Dover. But still, a really good paint scheme there from Ryan Sieg. Leland Honeyman with a very unoriginal Kyle Petty scheme from the Metal Yellow car. It's not original. This has been done many times, guys. I mean, come on. This has been done. I mean, it's cool. I mean, the Young Buildings logo is pretty similar to the Metal Yellow scheme, but it's basically like it's just not original. Ryan Ellis throwing back to the Days of Thunder days of the iconic whole trickle car. Just like I said as well with the Kyle Petty one, this has been done before by William Byron, and it's not really original, we'll say, but it's still pretty cool to see it, like, you know, just see it from time to time, so it's still pretty cool. A paint scheme which I'm not disappointed about whatsoever is this one driven by Brendan Poole with Kyle Petty's Hot Wheels scheme in 1997. It's Hot Wheels. I love Hot Wheels. I still collect them from time to time, so yes, please. Anytime I see like a throwback Hot Wheels scheme, oh yes, please. And how even the CW and Sons logo basically is Hot Wheels, and the loop-de-loop Hot Wheels, perfect. I love it. Parker Kligerman throwing back to the boss man, which is Scott Borchetta. Similar scheme that he ran in the Super Truck at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway, which is pretty cool. I mean, throwback to the boss man, Scott Borchetta, who has built this team from the ground up, and they're now pretty competitive. So why not throw it back to the owner? So great job there. Like the paint scheme, quite like it, very, very sleek. Jeremy Clements, another one of these amazing paint schemes from this little team. Throw it back to Robert Presley, 1989 to 1993. If we just click on it right here to actually see what it's based on, which is basically based off this, and the black and gold, beautiful. The number font as well, which is really good, and they actually got a Lions back. Holy shit! That sponsored off the full package of Robert Presley's old 1989 to 93 car is in Jeremy Clements. Really like it, really good. I like it a lot. Chandler Smith, throwing it back to 2017 Super Late model days, is basically like inspired. But moving on. I mean, you've already said. I've already told you what my stance is of these drivers throwing back to themselves pretty recently, but not a fan of it, I'll be honest. Josh Bilicki with a very interesting paint scheme, throwing it back to Justin Allgaier when it was Circle B Diecast first time sponsoring. Cool. I mean, this is not a scheme I was expecting because, I mean, you don't really think Justin Allgaier, a Justin Allgaier Cup Series game will be thrown back to, but I mean, it's done here by Josh Bilicki and DGM Racing, so pretty cool. I like it. Man, now maybe the next one might be my favorite Xfinity Series scheme. Shane Van Gisbergen throwing it back to the Aussie Marcus Ambrose. Oh my god, I love this scheme so much. Now this is the soldier in my eyes as well. Marcus Ambrose's famous black and yellow scheme, which he won Watkins Glen, and also the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve as well in that year, 2011. I love it as well. It's amazing. This is by far maybe one of my favorite paint schemes ever in the throwback schemes this year. Mostly, I might be a bit biased, which I definitely am, and I'm showing it, and I don't give a fuck. So, I love it. I love it so much. And finally, to round out the Xfinity Series is Riley Herbst. As he is running back to his family racing roots, back to his, I'm pretty sure it's his father, his grandfather, Jerry Herbst, off-road truck, which is like a feature of a truck and a buggy. So I guess it's just a truggy. Weird. All right. Not too bad for scheme actually. I quite like it. I quite like it. Just like I said as well. I like it when teams throw back to I guess other cars and other divisions and other motorsports, which I quite like. So I quite like I quite like this. Sorry. Quite like this a lot, but I'm gonna try and skip to this scheme right now, which is there it is. Yeah, and as well Ed Tim as well, also on the name rail along with Troy as well. So that's quite cool. I like it. Now moving now to the trucks. So first up with Nick Sanchez running back to the Drive for Diversity program, which I was very surprised about. But you know what? I quite like it. I mean, Nick Sanchez, he was part of that Drive for Diversity program, and he's now in the Truck Series. So great. So I quite like that scheme. Dean Thompson, throwing it back to his basically to the person who taught him how to drive a stock car, that being Ryan Patridge, or Flying Ryan Patridge, I should say. I quite like it as well. This is a bit of a down year, I'll be honest, with Tricon Garage compared to last year where I was frothing over those Red Horse racing trucks. I mean, it's still an alright scheme, I'll be honest. I quite like it. So I'll give them that really good scheme. Quite like it there for Dean Thompson. It's running back to Ryan Patridge. Quite like it. Corey Heim, he's running back to Cale Yarborough's iconic 1974 7500 scheme. Okay. I mean, I'll be honest. When I first saw this, I thought this was like a Great Clips truck. I genuinely thought this was back to Great Clips. But I mean, not too bad of a scheme. I quite like it. I don't think it's actually ever been done before, which I'm actually quite surprised about. So, not too bad of a scheme there for Corey Hine. Tanner Gray. He's running back to his first NHRA championship in 2018, which is cool, but like I said, it is running back to himself, which is quite crappy. But actually, I don't think we've actually ever had a NHRA throwback, I don't think, which is something new. So I'll give Tricon that. It is definitely something new. So Tanner Gray, obviously, he was previously a part of the NHRA championship, so it's pretty cool though. But I don't really know. And the final Tricon Garage truck is Taylor Gray, throwing back to his crew chief, I'm pretty sure. So, well, Mark Green, honoring his former crew chief and team manager Jeff Hansley, which I quite like. I mean, you know, the Tiger, very popular. As well, the orange stripes as well over Tiger, the logo as well is dead set perfect. The hood design is also I think they actually got the actual logo. I actually don't know, but either way, great logo, great car. I like it a lot. Now this one, Tyler Ankrum, throwing it back to another Days of Thunder, but it is Russ Wheeler, in number 18. Now this is a paint scheme for Days of Thunder. I really like this. I don't think it's actually ever been done before. I think I think we might have had a Rowdy Burns scheme, and obviously Cold Trickle, but we never actually had a Russ Wheeler scheme, and this is like the first time. So I quite like it. I mean, number 18, I like it a lot. So great paint scheme there for Christian Eckers and McAnally Hillman Racing, and it just gets better as well for McAnally, as he is running back to the Pioneer driver Brownie King. His 1957 Chevrolet, which he ran in the convertible series, I believe. I mean, the number font is exactly the same. The horsepower, which I like as well. The paint scheme as a whole, like it, love it, amazing. Brent Holmes, throwing back to Bobby Allison with a very similar 1969 scheme. Oh, excuse me, apologies for that. Let's have a look. Oh, okay, this scheme, okay. So the blue and gold 1969 scheme, which I like. I don't think it's this might have been done before, but it's been a while, to be fair. But I can't remember. I think it might be already been done before, but also I might be wrong. Like Lois Allen throwing it back to crew chief Ricky Schlick to his legend car or something. I don't really know, but Ricky Schlick's number 24 Legends car is the inspiration for Allen's number 33, sporting green flames on a black background. Pretty cool. I mean, cool scheme. I don't know what else to really say. Cool scheme. Lane Riggs throwing it back to his father Scott Riggs RC Cobra truck, and apparently as well, like, the first thing that you see when you go into the images of this paint scheme is like a little like plushy toy or something. I don't really know, but cool scheme. I like it. I think this is like I think this might be like the only one, or maybe there's another one that is actually a truck and not like a cup car or an Xfinity car or even a late model car or something, or Legends car. I think this might be the only like proper truck throwback, which is quite depressing to say the least. But either way, cool scheme. Bailey Curry honoring Charles Chuck E4. I don't really know who this person is, but I'm guessing general manager. Okay, so so his niece Motorsports general manager's father, which is quite cool. I mean, it's a late model car, like it. I mean, the paint scheme is definitely wild, we'll say, but I quite like it. It's a good scheme there. All right, Daniel Dye throwing it back to Kyle Petty's peak scheme in 1989. This was the fan scheme I was not expecting to see. They brought Peak back, which is cool. I like that Peak is actually on the truck. The number font is very much not the same, but either way, I mean, they brought back Peak. That's good enough. The paint scheme is exactly the same, so I like it as a good scheme. Thad Moffat, throwing back to Richard Petty's 75th year at Darlington. Hell, why the hell did they give Thad Moffat this? I mean, I'm sorry, no disrespect to Thad Moffat. I get it. He is the grandson of Richard Petty, but can't you just give it just like to Eric Jones or something? He could have easily given this to Eric Jones. Cause I'm pretty sure they haven't done this to a cup car yet, so they should have given this, I'll be honest, to Jones. But either way, cool scheme. I like it. I hope it actually is silver and not like a flat silver. I hope it's silver. I mean, I see some chrome there, so I hope it is like that actually on the track. Stuart Friesen with a really strange Jimmy Johnson 2010 Coke 600 scheme. I mean, it is definitely red, white, and blue. I'll give them that. They actually have the team's Lowe's logo on the hood, which I like. So I'll give them that. But this is kind of like what I said beforehand, where it's like in like the 2010s era. So I mean, it is famous. I'll give them that. It is pretty famous, but I don't know about that one. Spencer Boyd throwing it back to Buck Baker in the classic red white design. I think that's pretty sure an Oldsmobile, I believe. And I mean the number font is right there. The paint scheme as well is there as well. I quite like it. I like this game. Matt Crafton. Oh god. Matt Crafton. He's quote unquote throwing it back to himself. Over 20 years with Menards and ThorSport. I mean, to be fair to Matt Crafton, I will say this. Actually, no. If they threw back to Matt Crafton's a blue Menard scheme, I will like this more. But to be fair, the yellow, like the neon yellow Menard scheme is very famous. I can understand why they want to do this, so that's fair enough. And finally, I'm pretty sure the rounders up is Jack Woods, running back to Jocko Flocko. Yes, Tim Flock and his co-driver Jocko Flocko, which is a monkey. I'm pretty sure this has been done before. Pretty sure by Dawson Cran, so it's cool. I mean, they actually have the number correct, and I hope that there is a monkey inside of the driver compartment. So I hope that there'll be a monkey in it. If not, that's a massive ripoff of this game. But I quite like it. I mean, to reference Jocko Flocko, I love it. I like it. I like it a lot. But that is really about it. I know it's a very long video, and I do apologize for that. But obviously, I'll leave timestamps on the video so you can have, so basically you can jump to whatever series you want. But now, like, guys, to like, comment, and subscribe. It will really help me, especially on this channel. I will be doing a starting grid video only for the Cup Series, so expect that to come out. I'm pretty sure around maybe Sunday. So that's really about it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Catch you guys next time in the next one. Goodbye.